And now, a dramatic reading of an actual epic from an actual human. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I huddled in my dorm room weary, over many a mound of socks from my dresser drawer, while I rolled them, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of some beast chompers snapping at the locks of my dorm room door. "'Tis my roommate," I stuttered, grasping at my dorm room door. "Only this, and nothing more." Distinctly I recall, it was in the warmth of March, and each separately colored sock wrought its figure on my floor. Desperately I feared the week, with quite a lot to swallow, with my test of morbid sorrow for my lost rapport, for the radiant GPA whom my professors grossly tore, 2 points less, forevermore, and the loud incessant rustling of each still hinge on the door filled me with horrors of tragedy I had felt before, so that now, to break the reeling of my mind, I stood repeating, "'Tis some drunkard brutally beating on my dorm room door, some lost drunkard on their way to the bathroom floor. This it is, and nothing more." Then it was my mind grew sharper, I could hold it back no longer. "Hey guy," said I, "or gal, truly your manners I abhor. But the fact is it is socks I'm wrapping, and when you came rudely snapping at my dorm room door, I was so startled when I heard you, here I flung out the door. Blood was there, and nothing more." Long into that redness peering, froze I stood there fearing, wondering, thinking, recalling the tragedies no mortal dared to speak of anymore. My frozen stance unbroken, and my most dire fears awoken, and the only words there spoken were the whispers from the October before, names I whispered to myself, lost in the horrors of before, only names, and nothing more. Back into my dorm room turning, my stomach within me churning, once again I heard the bludgeon somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely something brawls at my door. I can't escape this. Let me grab my trusty socks and this mystery explore. Let my hands be still a moment that I can grab them from the drawer. 'Tis a dream, and nothing more." At once I threw the door when, with many a putrid and bloody sore, out there crawled the gnashing demon, dripping guts onto the floor. Not the least indifference paid he, not a second more delayed he, but with savage desire of limb and brain crawled to my dorm room door, gnawing at the lifeless arm that he laid not far beyond my dorm room door, crawled and gnawed till nothing more. Then this putrid fiend unyielding transformed my scared stance into shielding. By the gods his strength was 20 times the scrawny arms he wore. "Though thy hunger can't be sated, you," said I, "are surely craven, grisly grin and the piercing teeth hungering for their nightly chore. Tell me what your monstrous name is from Hades' stricken score." Quoth the zombie, "Evermore." Much I dreaded this unlovely beast to grant his speech so roughly, though his raps no basic meaning little relevancy bore. For the notion was impending that few breathing human being ever yet were cursed with hearing an undead zombie's roar. From such a monster pacing through their dorm room door that could only mutter, "More." The zombie, lunging slowly forward to my desk, screeched only those garbles as if his soul in the jumble he did outpour. Furthermore he fluttered, and abruptly kicked and stuttered, till scarcely it was I grasped what he stuttered for. It was the neatly folded socks he was fretted to the core, and screamed again, "More." Startled by this illness, I knew that I must will this. Doubtless, said I, what it fears must be the weapon I implore. Caught in lack of decent blaster, the socks I would have to master, rolling fast and throwing faster, till his flesh 100 times was tore, the flesh so loosely wrapped that no human could adore. All the while, more. But the zombie still was riling, all my rage was still compiling. Straight I rolled a giant sock in front of pile and beast and door. Then upon his dark eyes blinking, I betook myself to linking, sock unto sock, thinking of my wrath I must outpour, my sternum boldly blazing with the ire I must outpour, zeal unconquered evermore. Thus I stood with sock in hand caressing, but no spoken word expressing, to the demon whose hungry stare I could